I thought I should record my first time ever mowing the lawn. This is the part of equality I'm just not a really big fan of. Come on, girl. God, it's me again. You can send me my husband. Anytime. Anytime. Come on! We're done. We're gonna try again. I'm just a woman living in a man's world. Okay. I'm sad. I did it, bitch. No! Fuck. That was a test of my strength, my will, my perseverance. Look at this grass. Look at this lawn. Look at it. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Every time I think feminism can't get more insane, stuff like this gets said.
What do you think right now about how so many people are not having babies? I think the myth of maternal instinct, which was created by a man and has no scientific basis, has had a profoundly kind of depressing, awful, nasty impact on especially women. I really do. I mean, I picture people in a room one day saying, like, if we could convince women that being a mom comes naturally, like, that would be really good for us. Because then when parenting's hard, women will just blame themselves and they'll have shame. And when you have shame, you don't speak up for your needs.
This woman, Dr. Becky, has a PhD in clinical psychology from Columbia and was named by Time magazine to be the millennial parenting whisperer. What? Because nothing says, go millennials, you'll be great parents, like telling women motherhood cannot possibly come naturally to you. It was oppressively shoved down your throat by a man. I truly cannot begin to wrap my head around how someone with a PhD is trying to coherently make the argument that there is no scientific basis for motherhood coming naturally to women. I just had a baby almost 8 weeks ago to the day, and this gal is exhausted, clearly. She was up for 3 days straight dealing with contractions and giving birth, and pretty much hasn't slept since then, if we're being honest. If I could go back and tell her 8 weeks ago to the day anything, it would be how unbelievably shocking and amazing it is how much of this comes naturally. That, God willing, your body will know exactly what to do when it comes to feeding your baby, that you will leap out of bed with an adrenaline rush at 2 a.m. no matter how tired you are to make sure your baby's okay when she cries. That you'll start figuring out instinctively when she's crying what she needs in that moment, and that you will never feel an immediate bond with another human being quite like looking into your daughter's eyes for the first time. I'm assuming this doctor is trying to somehow convince women that they are victimized by maternal instincts and the urge to want to have children. The only victimization I'm seeing here is when angry, miserable feminists try to shame you somehow for doing the most natural, beautiful, God-given things in the world. I don't get it. I really don't.
And this is how you know definitively modern women have gotten too comfortable in society. They have nothing to do. They have no purpose. They sit around and say, you know what? I got my bachelor's degree, or I got an associate's degree. I think I'll go for a bachelor's. You know, why not? They sit around and say, I got my bachelor's. I think I'll go for my master's. Think I got my master's. I think I'll go for my PhD. Why not? I don't have anything else to do. I want to quote unquote improve myself. But unfortunately, you get this. That this is what student loans are paying for. You go to school to get dumber. You go to school to write a thesis on stupidity. Not a thesis, I should say a dissertation. And And what's funny is they have to defend their research. How? For how are these people, how are these professors keeping a straight face while women like this defend a dissertation that's clearly stupid from the start? And then if that's not bad enough, they allow them to go on these podcasts and talk the same stupidity. It's amazing.
Why do y'all fuck y'all life up and then start saying a real man to deal with it? Bro, what? Get to saying dumb shit like a real man gonna be a stepdad. You would never say that shit if you didn't have no kids. Shut the fuck up. A real man gonna pay for everything. You just made that shit up in your head. What are you talking about? You never thought that before. You're broke now. A real man doesn't care about body count. You never said that when you were a fucking virgin. You have bodies now. So now you just want to say a real nigga not go care. What?
I traveled across state lines to go see a man. After spending about 3 hours with me, this man looked me dead in my face and said, "Hey, I think you should go home now." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he said, "I think you should leave." And I said, "Leave and go where?" And he goes, "Back home." And I'm like, "I'm supposed to be here the whole weekend." And he's like, "But I don't want you to be here the whole weekend."
Just a reminder that the Bible literally says that it is better for your husband to be starving in a desert land than it is for him to live in a house with a wife who is beefing with him all the time.
The wrong woman submits to the results. Amen. The right woman submits to the process. And if you weren't...
This is what happens when a male and female athlete go head to head. The moment the race starts, he pulls ahead, already onto the second obstacle while she's just starting the first. At first it looks like she might catch up, but by the third obstacle she's completely off screen. He keeps pushing without breaking pace. No mistakes, no wasted movement. Now it's not even a race anymore, it's just him versus the clock. He's chasing a world record. Be honest, should men and women really compete on the same course?
Nobody talks about the guilt of not liking back. The kindest guy you know would treat you right. Like, he's sweet, he's respectful, he's probably the guy your mom would love for you to be with, and yet something in you just doesn't click. And then you feel bad because you can't even explain why. Like, how do you tell someone it's not you, it's just that my heart's not in it? It almost makes you feel ungrateful because you know there are people out here begging for someone like him.
It's close. This close. I'm this close to taking accountability for my toxic ways. I'm this close. I'm this close to taking accountability for how terrible and rotten of a person I am inside. I think that's really what you're trying to say. Nobody talks about the guilt. No. Y'all actually do talk about the guilt. Except it's cloaked as, why is this happening to me? Which is actually what you're doing. You're cloaking it as, I am the victim in this situation. I just allowed that man to take me on 3 or 4 dates, knowing I didn't like that man. Still talking to you guys on TikTok about, oh, I'm just waiting for the spark. Oh, I'm just waiting for the click. Meanwhile, the whole time you're waiting for the click for about a month or so now, he's spending $200 and $300 on each date. 2, 4, 6, $800 has come out of his bank account while you're trying to figure out if there's a spark. Modern women think that they have so much time on their hands. I'm telling you what, y'all continue to get, once again, you get up on here talking stupid. And like the therapist said, do you know that men can see you? Do you know that TikTok is going to TikTok and he's going to bring it right back around to the man? He's going to be like, oh, okay. All right, cool. Once again, we're seeing that we don't need are we dating the same woman? We don't need a T app because the women get on here and talk stupid and they wonder why a man has no respect. He doesn't hang around them. He doesn't approach them. He doesn't go to any singles events or mixers. Men are walking away. They don't want to date you. You can't find a good man. I go to church. Why is God not sending them? You sitting up here talking about the man that you probably should have been with. The man that your mom liked. I can't explain it. No, you can't explain it. You can't explain it. You're toxic.
Message! I can't agree with you saying, "Ooh, I look fine today. Let me post it for the world to see." Because what are you posting it for? To get that attention. It's as simple as that. There's no other reason to post. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this. If a dude tell y'all, you can post the same stuff you've been posting. Post whatever you want. But make your page private and delete all males off your page that's not family member. How would you feel about a dude saying that?
That's controlling.
So you would think he tripping?
Yes, that's controlling.
Trinity, you would think he tripping?
I would. I'm not gonna.
Narcissistic. Okay. They just said they posting for themselves. They doing it just because it look good. They just said it's not no unloyal aspect to this. But when we take males out of the equation, you the bad guy. But before you take them out of the equation, they just posting for themselves. It can't be for y'all sales, and it can't be just because you feel good, because I'm still saying, babe, post it. Baby, do your thing. Post whatever you want to post, however many times you want to post it. Let's just take the men that might pose a threat to our relationship or trying to get in between what we got going. Let's take them out the picture. Now I'm tripping. So don't they click in y'all head that, maybe I'm not just doing it just for me. Or maybe I'm not just doing it just because I feel good. Can we agree to that now?
I still can't.
We can't agree to that.
So I finally found out what's worse than dating a bum ass nigga. It's a nigga who take care of his entire family. And to me, I never thought that was going to be like a big thing. But I started dating this nigga that take care of his whole family. And I swear it's worse than dating a bum. Like, the nigga is the only person that know how to put up a TV, change a fucking doorknob, grab a remote, flick a light on, pay a bill. He's the only nigga that know how to do anything. And the shit is stressful because it's like everybody calls him, can you do this? Can you do that? It's like nobody know how to do anything for anyone. And it's like, I can't enjoy my man, my peace, or the things that he wants to give me because he has 1,000,001 responsibilities to give everybody. And I'm not talking about he got a baby mom. He don't got no baby mom. He don't got no kids. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about you taking care of grandma, brother, sister, auntie, grandpa, everybody under the sun. They call you for favors. Oh, can you do this? Can I borrow 20? Can I borrow 700? Can I borrow? And he just does everything. So bums are not the worst type of niggas to date. It's your nigga who can't say no.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. You saw that shit? You can't make this shit up, people.
Especially at 22. She's 32. They've been married for 10 years, so they got married at 22. I've always said you don't know who the hell you are at 22. You just barely left your mom's house. You need to discover your identity and figure out who you are as an individual before getting married to somebody. She never figured that out. And that's why a lot of marriages end, because people get married so young and then they have an identity crisis like she's having right now. She doesn't know who she is. She has everything that you're supposed to have. She thought she'd be happy, but she's not. Because deep down, she can have all the possessions, all the kids, all the house, this great guy. But if she doesn't love herself, and if she doesn't know herself, the marriage is over.
We are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows. Like, to write a vow.
Because she's not in love with him.
And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject.
She is realizing she doesn't need him anymore financially. She's got her business. She's doing well. The roles have changed. She doesn't see him in his masculine form anymore. And she feels that she doesn't need him anymore. This is what's enabling her to think this way. And again, congrats to her for doing a business. And, that's something pretty awesome. And the reason she's having difficulty writing her vows is because she's not in love with him. She loves him as a person because he's a wonderful person, a wonderful father. She never said husband. He's a wonderful father, but she is simply just not in love with him anymore.
I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us.
And what she's really saying there is that she doesn't want to look back 10 years from now and regret not leaving. That's what she really means. The way she's thinking right now, she's 32, she's still young, she's been with somebody 10 years, she doesn't know how to be herself around this guy. She's not herself. She's going to do this for her. She's going to move on because right now her career is doing good, her business is doing good. She doesn't necessarily need him, and now's the time for me to leave. This is what happens when you marry young. This is what happens when you get married and don't know who you are as an individual. You have an identity crisis later on in your mid to early 30s, and you ask yourself, who the hell am I? I did everything I was supposed to do that was supposed to make me happy, and I'm not. The moral of this whole lesson is, don't get married young. Figure out who the hell you are first before committing your life to somebody. If not, you will have a crisis just like this woman.
The moral of the story is learn how to commit. I don't give a crap about what you didn't figure out. I don't give a crap about what you didn't figure out when you was 22. I don't care what you didn't figure out when you were 10. We're here right now. Figure it out. Period. End of story. This mindset is a toxic mindset. You're excusing nonsense. And this is why women get up on here and they feel like they can talk crazy. They feel like they can, oh, well, I'm just not in love anymore. And, oh, I just, have y'all seen her house? Stagnant where? Have y'all seen her kitchen? Their kitchen? Stagnant where? They not hurting for nothing at all. Stagnant where? Boring where? I just want to look back and see that I gave it my best. He took a step back from what he was doing, making the money, so that you could go and do your thing. And you're thinking that somehow you got it yourself. You're thinking that somehow you did it yourself. Stupid. No disrespect to this brother right here, but everything that's coming out of your mouth right now, stupidity. You sound just as dumb as she does. I'm sorry to say it like that. We giving women a pass for saying stupid stuff, for acting silly. The woman had everything that the man is doing, lining up, doing all that he's supposed to be doing. Oh man, I'm just bored. Go to a trampoline park if you're bored. Go ride a bike. I mean, my God, go watch a movie. Go skydiving. Go jump out of a plane if you're bored. Go to an amusement park. SeaWorld. Astroworld if you're bored. Find a concert somewhere near you with your favorite artist and go check out that. Find a baseball game, a basketball game, any game that you like. Get into painting. Go hiking, swimming. You want to train for a marathon? You can do that if you're bored. But what we're talking about is, well, you know, I really just feel like our relationship, I don't want to look back and say we didn't give it a shot, that we didn't do our best. No, you, not him. You want to go do something else. You, now that he's gotten you to a certain point, you could have, because if you felt that way, you could have left earlier. Matter of fact, why don't you leave before you started the business if you was feeling that way? Because you said you was feeling that way a long time. This didn't just pop up on you. Y'all wait till y'all start something and then start talking greasy. The man's been doing what he was supposed to be doing this whole time. But y'all talk crazy. Y'all talk whack. And then once you get because of him now, because he said, okay, let me step back. Let me let you do your thing. It's your time to shine. Your stage, baby. Go ahead. Then y'all get to talking greasy. I'm telling you, man, if more men start shutting these women down right at the pass, and in fact, in truth, they have. Why ain't men protecting us? How come men ain't providing for us anymore? Because you get, after 10 years, you get on here talking about, and got somebody talking stupid too, talking about, well, I don't get married young because, you haven't figured yourself out. She gonna get in that next relationship and she gonna do the same thing. Because that's the way that she is. She's not satisfied. Modern women are gonna get into the next relationship. Oh, well, I just felt like at the time, in my second marriage, I just didn't know who I was. You were 33 years old. What exactly are you trying to figure out? Well, after so many years, I got divorced, and, Dan and I, we just grew apart. And so when I met Brad, it was love at first sight. And that was just a spark in my life. And I just, we got married in 6 months, and it was just, wow, it was a whirlwind romance. And, at 40, I didn't feel like I could love again. But now at 45, I don't know. I just thought the best thing to do would be to divorce him, because back then I didn't know who I was. You mean at 40 years old, you still didn't know who you were? What are we doing right now? Letting them off the hook is what we're doing. Letting them do whatever they want to do and say whatever they want to say and not holding them accountable. That's what we're doing. Yikes.
As I'm dating him in all of this, like, I have dated somebody that I'm like, you know what? I think this is exactly what I've been looking for. He don't play no sports. He don't play no video games. This man go to work. He goes and sees his mom every so often. Outside of that, I am the priority. Jeez. But it's almost, and this is where
every new syllable could set off a stuttering spasm.
The negative part.
And I'm gonna not be a good representation of women right now, but and I'm like, oh, like, you also need to have something to do. Like, I can't be your main focus. God.
Mm-hmm. And no sooner did I say that we see this clip here. She's at least in her 30s. At least. They're going to do what they want to do. I'm telling you, man. They're going to do exactly what they want to do. These modern women don't change. They never change. For the moment, they make up reasons because they don't know what the heck they're talking about. So in the moment, they just start talking. It's just, for a lot of them, stream of consciousness. That's what I just stream of consciousness. I'm just talking right now. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where this is going. I'm just talking, and I'm just trying to figure it out, because once again, I don't know. I have no clue about how I feel, how I'm going to feel. I know I'm searching for something, but it's just I don't know. It's just not there. And you remember, we also saw a woman earlier on that said, my mom would love this guy if I brought him home, but there's just not there for me. There's something about him that I don't know. It's I don't know. He's not the guy. And I hate to say that. And I have guilt around that. But he's not the guy. We have another one. 3 of them, by the way. 3 of them already that have talked stupid. Just talking stupid. Silly. Just foolishness. And once again, they're going to wonder why men don't show up for them. Because each and every time a man has showed up for you and done right by you, by your own admission, then you leave that man hung out to dry.
Back in the day. Yes, you would have. Yes, all that hallelujah, amen, Lord and Savior stuff you be doing today. If Jesus had a shot his shot with you back in the day, you would have turned him down. Jesus was a carpenter. Jesus wasn't what we deem to be this high value, 6-figure, nice house, nice car, taking Mary Magdalene shopping. He wasn't doing all that. He wasn't doing all that, sis. He didn't have it. He didn't have it. So a lot of y'all would have turned down Jesus. As beautiful as a man as he was, as beautiful as a man as what he stood for, what he did, Jesus would have made the blind man see, and because he could not take you on a shopping trip to Nordstrom's, you would have been ready to write Jesus off. It would have been no more that Jesus could do for you as soon as he said he didn't have it. As soon as you asked you, so what do you do for a living? And he said he was a carpenter, you would have checked him off your list. I say all this to say, high value man does not just mean this man makes a certain amount of money. You don't know who in the world you are turning down because he does not meet the criteria of what social media tells you the man got to meet. Now, I'm not saying settle for a bum. I'm not saying settle for somebody that can't do for you. That's not what I'm saying, because y'all love to get shit confused. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is we need to be more careful about writing people off because they do not fit this social media or worldly view of what a high value man is. Because there's a man out here right now that could change your life. I mean, literally change your life. But because he does not meet the requirements or the criteria of what social media told you a high value man was, you would be ready to write his ass off. Be careful of that.
Hey! I'm seeing someone right now. I'm kind of seeing someone right now. I'm not interested. We have like a situationship going on. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. Stop hitting on me.
We don't care about how independent you are. We don't care about how much money you make. We don't care about what Ivy League school you went. It does not matter to us. Why is it that you find Anthony Davis, $300 million is what he made. He just married the waitress. What woman in here, $300 million, gonna marry the man in the drive-thru? You don't raise your hands because I'm gonna kick you out of here for lying. You're not gonna do it. You 300 million strong, and he's saying, "Can you please drive up, ma'am?" Hold on for a second. Do you want biscuits with that? He looked kind of good. I like the way his nameplate is. You ain't gonna give him the. He can't even ask you a question outside of that restaurant. That's the truth. But you can take a man who's a multi-billionaire, and she comes from nothing. She can be walking barefoot with dirty feet. But if there's something about her that he likes, that's who he's going to marry. It's just the truth. It's how we are. Why? We're provided. I can change all of that. I can put shoes on her feet. I can clean her up. I can do all of that. I can't buy femininity.
You call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Such a
I think y'all too grown to be fumbling good people. The fact that y'all still think that the grass is greener on the other side is crazy. Haven't you went through enough already? Like, haven't you been served the wrong hand when it came to dating? Like, don't you think that you have been through enough already? So why is it when you finally get you a good person, you're constantly always looking for other options? Other options? There are many, many options, but none of them are good. Take care of what you got going on. Because you're over here looking at options when there's people who are ready for the next step, looking at your girl, looking at your man, like, that woman deserves to be a wife. That man needs a woman to talk life into him. Instead, y'all just sitting here being selfish, fumbling good ass people.
Yeah,
You let Chris Brown have me?
If you were moving like that, he could have you.
So Chris Brown called me on the stage. You ain't gonna let me go dance with Chris Brown?
Yes, but respect me.
Of course.
Simple, respect me.
Of course. I'll do ring around the rosy with him. I'm
Yeah,
not
like
gonna,
you could do the little meet and greet. I don't care. I will pay for the meet and greet.
So
I don't
what
care,
if-
but just respect me.
So
Don't let
what's
him
not-
pick you up, touch your ass, do a regular fan picture.
If Chris Brown picks me up, you don't get mad at me?
Yes, I'm not no cuck.
How? What?
I ain't no cuck.
What the freak?
I ain't about to watch another man caress my shorty.
How is that my fault though?
You think Chris Brown, at his stature, you think he's gonna go out of his way and do something that you're clearly not giving him consent to do? That boy, I'ma sue him. I'm suing. Emotional distress.
I wish women really understood nowadays how horrible we present ourselves on social media and publicly when it comes to conversations about money and men making money. It blows my mind whenever I come across a post on social media of a woman who announces her pregnancy and she's pregnant by like a rapper, like a pro athlete or something. And there are thousands of comments from women under that post saying, God, please, when is it going to be my turn? Lord, please send me my millionaire. There are whole pages on TikTok and Instagram dedicated to teaching women how to sniff out millionaires and how to sniff out men with money. I just want to know, how did we get to this place collectively as women? Not, Lord, please send me a man of values, a man of morals, a man of integrity, a man who will commit himself to me, a man who will love me, honor me, respect me, a man who will be a good example for my children, a man who will lead my family properly. No. Just send me a man who's a millionaire and I'm going to figure the rest out on the back end. Imagine being a good man. Imagine being one of the men that I just described. A man who wants to find a wife, a man who is all of those things. And you go on social media and you're scrolling through the comments and this is what you see. This is what you have to choose from. This is what you see the mindset of modern women as. And then one of the most ridiculous responses to this that I've seen whenever women are challenged on these things, the response is always, well, half of the men who are worrying about it, they're broke anyway. They won't have to worry about a woman trying to use them for their money because they don't have any. That is not the point, sweetie. That's not the point. Your mentality as a woman, especially a woman who is considering having children or who has children, should not be financial status first, integrity, character second. It is so sad to me how the modern dating market and the overall tone of the modern dating market is that of entitlement and what's in it for me. People place way too much emphasis on financial status. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner who is financially stable. There's nothing wrong with wanting security. But when you are placing monetary gain over the very fabric of what a relationship is and a family foundation is supposed to be, you have got things very wrong. And you really need to check yourself.
I think a lot of these modern women bring up finances first. Finances first is because they're trying to extract out of the relationship first. Give me first. Show me first. It's like if you're making a big purchase, I think in real estate, I think you have to have proof of funds. When you go to buy a car, in some places you have to have proof of funds before they release the car to you. That's what these modern women are doing. They're acting like one of these luxury dealerships, or they're acting like they actually have some sort of asset that costs a lot of money, and they're requiring you before they go any further with you to have proof of funds. So how much do you make in your bank account? I think there was one woman that said, hey, I know you guys are not going to like this. I think her name was Nina. She's on TikTok somewhere. But essentially, she said, you know, when we go home, we Google your average salary. I'm sorry we do that, but da-da-da. Yeah, we know. We know you're running the calculations in your head. We know what you're doing. I mean, you don't have to thank you for telling us, but we already know that's what you guys are after. We already know that's what you guys are up to. Y'all are not really worried about anything else other than how much money he makes. How many years before he retires me and I can sit at home and do nothing all day? Is he going to have enough for me to go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every day? Is he going to make enough for me to be able to sit out by the pool, have a couple of socials each month to where it make it seem like I'm important in the community? Hey girls, let's go to brunch. My husband's got it like that. He works hard so I don't have to, type of nonsense. And you can't even give that man an ice cream cone. Men know what you guys are up to. They don't want to be a part of that. You guys want to be passenger princesses. Y'all don't want to even pick up a broom. I mean, y'all don't even want to. Nowadays, you can buy a one of those mops that go all around your house and mop and sweep for you. They don't even, and you can control it from your phone. They don't even pick up the phone. They don't even stop watching their TV show for 2 minutes. Pick up that phone, set it to mop this house, set it to vacuum this house. They don't even do that. They don't even want to pick up the phone and order any DoorDash. Hey, order some groceries for us. The house is the pantry. We don't have nothing in the pantry. We don't have those stacks. We have to order something. My God, you can order a mobile order and have it delivered. My God, just pay the Dasher some money. Give them a tip. Just have somebody order some stuff for us. Bring some stuff to us. We ain't got nothing. They don't want to do that. My God, you can't throw a Tide Pod in the washer. Just throw up. Nowadays, you don't even have to sort the clothes. You can wash them all on cold. You're on warm. Technology is so advanced. Just pick up a heap of clothes and throw them in the washer. Throw it on like the base setting and throw a Tide Pod in there and walk off. You want a little smell to it? Throw a little fragrance in there. Downy has bees. Shake, shake, throw. It's that simple. It's done. You can take them out, throw them in the dryer, beep, 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 boom. Just like the Jetsons. It's like an episode out of the Jetsons, and you can't even do that. You can't even do that. Nowadays, stores have ready-made meals. You literally can pick up the meal, throw it in the oven. They're going to tell you how long and the temperature. An air fryer. You literally have thermometers that are Bluetooth. You can see it from your phone. This is the temp. Whoa, dang. I don't know what temperature that I need the steak to be cooked at. Google, ChatGPT. What do you want? I want a well done. Okay, it's going to be about 150 or whatever it is. My God, steak's probably well done by that point, but you get what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. You understand the point that I'm getting at. You get it. My point is, anything that you want, anything that you can, it's all online. It's never been easier to be a wife, and you still can't do it. Pearl was talking about in one of these, she went on a rant. She was talking about, we have all of these Plan B birth control things, and women still won't use them. Still can't figure out how to use them at all. Y'all still mad about having babies and all these things, but y'all won't use the things available. It's your fault. And then you'll blame a man for the predicament and the situation you got yourselves in. Y'all are terrible people, and you're not fit to be wives.
Oh, son, your math ain't mathin'. Nice try, though. First of all, I can hire someone for minimum wage to do all of those things you listed and more quite easily. Pay a lot less than what you're claiming. And none of those things are actually a full-time job unless you're so utterly incompetent at doing them that it takes you hours to complete a simple task. I mean, I get it. For women, opening the lid, putting the laundry and detergent in, and then pushing a button creates a heavy mental load. How do I know? Because that's what they tell us every single day. But let's be honest, it doesn't exactly take a rocket scientist or a lot of time to do that. The reality is, I was a stay-at-home for a while back in the day, raising 6 kids. I did all of those things you listed and more in about an hour, maybe 2 on a given day. So just stop with the victim mode already, will ya? And if it really is that hard, then here's a thought. Why don't we let the women become the providers and we men will stay at home? Funny though how none y'all ever want to consider that possibility. Gee, I wonder why. Look, bro, we see you for what you are and what you're doing. Either you're one of those cute little pander bears desperately hoping to get attention from women by saying things that they like hearing, or you're grooming them in hopes of finding your next victim, which sadly is exactly what a lot of the so-called male feminists are doing online. Either way, it shows what a load of crap your claims are and why we need to expose them for the fallacies that they create.
You better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
To fire y'all up this Friday. You ever notice how women always have these long horror stories when it comes to any form of relationship, whether it be intimate or platonic? Oh, I never had a female friend over 2 years because they be hating. Oh, all my relationships was trash because they just didn't know how to handle a woman like me. But then you ask men, oh, you know, my last relationship trash, homegirl was crazy, whatever, it ain't work. But I had this ex back when I was 16, 17, and she was a great woman, but I messed up. I couldn't value that. And then they had friendships for over decades. Why do you think that is? Because as long as you cool, we cool. If you genuine, men are cool. It's no problem. Men don't look for situations off of conditions. It's women. Women either want to fuck with you for financial gain or for the aesthetic because you look good. You look good to hang around. Huh? Y'all always want to be a girl's girl until it's time to be one. Now you're trying to take away her shine to make you shine brighter. I thought you was bad, mama. What happened? Women be the problem.
Only about 10% of black women make over 6 figures on their own. That means 90% of black women make less than $100,000 a year, with the average salary being somewhere around $40,000 a year. So the vast majority of y'all are way poorer than you really want to admit. In addition, the average salary for black men is about $40,000. For the vast majority of y'all, 40 and 40, that's 80. The two of y'all are not making 6 figures. As a result, y'all need to get married, or y'all need to be in a partnership. Y'all need to be something. Y'all need to find a way to get along and work together so that you're not like incredibly poor and literally one paycheck from being on the streets. When I tell young women that they need to get married, that they need to be like, if you're going to be with a man, you need to get married, it's because it protects you. It protects you in a lot of ways. But what I'm not going to do is argue with young women about things that I know to be true. So if you don't want to get married, you don't want to be in a partnership, you don't want a man, you don't want to, whatever the fuck it is that you say you don't want to do, don't do the shit. Go through life on your own. And for some of y'all, I'm on the man side because y'all are argumentative, you're combative, you're disrespectful, you're ungrateful. And I see it in my comment section every single day. But what I'm going to do is block your ass because I'm not arguing with people. I will be 55 in a few months. I know things to be true. Might not be true for you, might not be true for all. If you're a Shira 7 type woman that want a man to take care of you, that's fine. But for the vast majority of y'all, a man cannot take care of you because he's barely taking care of himself, just like you are barely taking care of yourself. This content is for women that want to build.
If I see one more glow up post-divorce video, y'all couldn't do that for a man you love. Y'all love to lose a man and then look the way you should have looked during the relationship. Why do y'all get so comfortable physically and then y'all be like, he was so mean to me, he told you he was getting unattracted, you ignored him, but now he's monogamous with somebody he's unattracted to, and if he cheats and finds somebody who he's attracted to, he's going to be a terrible man. But if he breaks up with you because you look like that, he's a terrible man. You literally proving his goddamn point. You proving everybody's point. You proving all of our points. Put in the effort when you got us. Why do you lock us down? And then you make us tolerate that. Then you'll be talking about, he was such a terrible man to me. You were horrible to him. Look what he had to wake up to every day. That! Pounding beers and shit. Now all of a sudden you a gym girl. Are you kidding me?
Ladies, I don't know if some of y'all are aware, but that face that you make when you staring at a dude and you want him to come talk to you, if you don't smile a little bit, it looks like a mugshot. This is how some of y'all look. And then you'll tell your friends, well, girl, I looked at him. He just didn't come over and talk to me. Y'all told us to read your social cues, right? Y'all look like this. Why would I come up to you then? Come on now, make it make sense.
I'm literally not listening to y'all anymore. I'm not listening to you. I clearly just need to trust my gut. Y'all were so mad, so up in arms about me cooking for that man. Y'all were so mad about me getting him grilling tools on our second date. This man is literally using his grilling tools on the weekend, sending me videos, sending me pictures of him using it. He's so grateful. He's so gracious. He like absolutely loves it. He showed up at my job today with meats that he had grilled with the tools that I made him. Let me show y'all. Surprised me at work. I wasn't supposed to see him. Y'all know I'm not supposed to see him until this weekend. He showed up with meats in hand, talking about, you're not going to be the only one cooking in this relationship. So what now? Oh, and the nigga got range. Brought roses too. So what now? What now? Please. Please. I'm going to do what I want. Every time you touch me, I just melt away. Everybody asks me why I'm crying. From ear to ear.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needs to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married, and he was okay with it. So what's the problem now? I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to figure it out. But I am not gonna cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not gonna do it. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. So like that, he doesn't have nothing to complain about. So my husband decided to drain our joint bank account and leave me after so much controversy on my videos. So on my main page, I made a video about how I didn't want to cook breakfast for my husband because I didn't want to go out of my way from making scrambled eggs to making a fried egg for him. And I said that he could do it himself. I don't cook for my husband. I never have, and I'm not going to be starting today. I'm sorry. I guess he got, wind of the videos, and yeah, he drained our bank account, and he has told me that I have to leave. At first, I thought he was the one that's going to be gone and that I was going to be able to stay here, but he returned and he said that I need to pack up my things and go. I told him absolutely not, because I have children, and me and my children are not going to be in the street, so I told him that he has to evict me. And the one that gave him this idea of leaving me was his birth giver. Yes. His mother was the one that gave him the grand idea to leave me after 15 years. It's honestly ridiculous and disgusting that this is even happening right now.
Honestly, you got what you deserved. Foolishness, talking silly, and don't be so sad about everything, because there's hundreds of thousands of other women like you around the United States and even around the world that hold the same mindset, that you can talk crazy and there's not really going to be anything that happens. So maybe you can find one of those women and they can, kind of hype you up and pick you back up off the floor. And at that point in time, maybe you can make your own money and stop relying on a man to help you and fund and sponsor your lifestyle. And you can see how hard it is to do it on your own.